Welcome to episode 29. Thank you for tuning in. I am Arumba. Where we last left off, we had just fell the beast. We just beat the Holy Roman Emperor. We stole one of his cities. He's not going to be too happy about that. He does get a claim on, he or the person who had it before is likely going to have a claim on that city that we stole. I'm not really too worried about it. So let's do this. It's been quite a while, probably more than 5 years, probably like 20 years since we've done a survey of the world. So let's just see how things are going. I'm actually going to spend a little bit more time on this now that more of the actual history has happened. We're almost 42 years into the game. So, Queen of Norway, still alive and well. That silly little daughter of hers is, the one that we wanted, is no longer pregnant. She's got a child who's not a genius. Ha! Let's see, did we get a genius yet? Is your wife pregnant? Yes, she is. We'll see. I want to set her to special interest so when she gives birth we can see if we get a genius. And then we'll know we picked the right one, even though she's a bastard. Yeah, so I don't really care about her anymore. Let's get rid of that special interest indicator. And I don't really need to have him focused anymore. Dan, of course, we need to have focus. This man's going to live forever, I think. He's just fine. He's going to continue on. Not much going on here. Looks like in Hereford, this is a very powerful duke. He's a 5-time duke, and he is attacking the king. Apparently somebody else has a claim on England, and he's pressing it. So that's interesting. And then this, goodness, this is a big issue here. So what is happening here? Defending against the Duke in the Independence War. So one person's declaring independence, 51% in favor of the Duke. So Flanders, the Duchy of Flanders up here is about to break off. They're on their way. And I think that probably France is so distracted with his other two wars that that's why this guy's winning. I doubt that it's because he's got a superior military. He's got 580 troops. He's just winning because of that ticking war score. What else you got going on? Defending against them in the claim on France. So someone else has a claim on France. 69% in favor of the Duchess. So we're likely to see a new king of France soon. I mean, his army is probably very weak as well. 200 men. So he is going to lose. And finally, he's also dealing with somebody else. It's a two-way claim battle. That's why Flanders is doing so well at breaking off. That's good for us, because Flanders is coastal. And, in fact, we might want to attack them, like, right now. He has almost no men. And it'd be a great opportunity for us to swoop in and steal it. Holy Roman Emperor, our stupid big brother, nemesis here, is still dealing with his independence war, but he's going to win soon. Castile continues to expand. The Almoravid dynasty has done a great job of uniting the southern area here. He has all of this. It's a very big region. Mali is doing okay. Surprisingly, Oxum and Abyssinia have actually persisted. Normally the Fatimids will consume them pretty quickly. They'll target them with their holy wars and attack south. But instead, even despite the fact that Jerusalem didn't actually get conquested, it appears that they've just been warring each other or dealing with the Byzantines. They have not expanded to the south. Normally, this is a very good challenge if you just want to really make your gameplay hard. You start off as the Duke of Oxum, and you are Miaphysite, which is a heresy of the... it's a heresy of... What is the technical name for it now? I forget. Miaphysite. Huh. I thought it was a heresy of Catholic or Orthodox or something. It was changed in a recent version. But, so normally they get consumed, but they're still there. Meanwhile, Comania is pretty big. Hungary has finally resolved their war, except for a small bit. I mean, they're not quite nearly as at war. And it looks like part of this here, Nitra, broke off. They are independent. So what we're going to need to do is... oh, and then finally the Russian war here. Got another new king. Looks like he's got very low opinion modifiers. Short reign, 16 years. That's almost max. So he just took the throne. What happened to your dad? Died a natural death at age 34. A natural death at age 34. Wow. Surprising. Okay, so that'll be another war that he's dealing with. Who are you fighting? So there's a claim war. He's not likely to keep the throne for very long. And defending against the High Chief. So one of the nearby these peoples is trying to steal back some of their land. So, well, let's do this. Let's get rid of our boats and spend some money on upgrades and things, and then we will go back to conquesting. So, overall, I think that war against the Holy Roman Emperor didn't really go as well as I would have wanted it to, but I wanted to do it more for educational purposes. It's not the most efficient way to play, but it's okay. And that extra city that we just took is not going to be something we want to hold on to. We'll go ahead, we'll create a vassal. Uh-oh. I seem to have forgotten something. There's this little holy war thing that we're dealing with. I've released all my military, including the 18,000 mercenaries that I paid like 1,000 gold for, and there's still a small war going on. Oops. We can raise 750, 780 men, not quite enough. Oh, that's so foolish of me. Oh well. He's not going to win the war in a month, so we're going to make a lot of money. I mean, we're getting 50, almost 50 gold a month now. And so we'll very quickly be able to, if we need to, hire more mercenaries. But let's check to see how our vassals feel about us. Only a couple that don't think we're amazing. And it's because we've stolen their trade posts. They have none. My granddaughter wants to get married. Send her to the monastery. We could banish her. No, I'm going to keep her around. When we die, since she's 2 generations removed, we're not getting any alliances or anything, but when we die and we play our next character, she'll be 1 generation away, and I can marry her off then for some alliances. Genius, genius, genius! Yes! We picked the right one. That's amazing. Great. Good for us. It's a blessing in disguise. So, why aren't you dead yet? I'm actually getting ready. I'm kind of eager for us to die, because we've been playing for so long as this one character, and I do want to start breeding some people into the game, and I don't, we can't. I actually just missed it. I'm not sure if we could have named that kid. I should have tried. Okay, gosh, this is such a waste of money, but let's hire some mercenaries so we can deal with this dumb war that I forgot about. What a waste of gold. You don't need to recapture rebellions, they'll automatically disappear. In just a moment that checkered thing will go away. Ah, interesting. So your experience in matters of war is increased. So since we're leading that troop, we actually have a chance here to pick up one of these traits. So let's briefly cover how some of these work. We could learn the organizer trait, which increases movement speed and retreat speed. We could get the unpredictable leader trait, which never, ever, ever, ever get this, ever. It's bad. It's very, very bad. What experimentality does is it gives you plus 30% damage or minus 30% damage or any number in between. And it's random. It's from battle to battle. So sometimes you're going to be amazing and other times you're going to be terrible. But it's a net non-gain because there's no, like, the time that you would expect to win you could lose, and the time that you expect to lose you might win. But why would you throw the dice? This is a very calculated game, so and it's multiplied by your marshal. So we would actually have a 45% swing, either positive 45 or negative 45. Very, very bad. Fight with religious fervor is always good, especially because we are going to be at war with the world, and never give up, never surrender. This one's good too, but we're definitely taking Holy Warrior, and we'll be leading all of our troops now until the day that we die. Now, because of our martial score, you'll notice when you look over these that it says moral defense plus 10%, damage minus 10%, fighting religious enemy 30%. Right? So that's the base modifier. If you actually look at the combat modifier, you'll see that your martial ability, your individual martial ability, not state, affects that. So even though we should be losing 10% damage, we actually only lose 5% because of our martial influence. If we had a score of 20, there'd be no negative. So, end result, because of our martial and because of the traits that we have moral defense positive 30%, which is really good. Damage is minus 5. Don't really like that, but it's okay. Defense plus 30%, and if we're fighting a religious enemy, plus 45% damage. So, we're a little tiny bit weaker against non-Lollards, or against Lollards, which is like no one, because it's just us. But if it's any other religion than ours, we have positive 45% damage, minus the 5, so a net of positive 40. Very, very good traits. So we definitely want to do some fights. And there goes that siege from the rebels. We don't really need to do much except for just not die. Wow! That is awesome! We got 2 events in just like a couple of days. That's amazing! Normally it takes like your entire lifetime to pick up 2 of these. Okay, let's continue talking about traits. So we have flat terrain expert, cavalry leader, lightfoot leader, heavy infantry leader. Unfortunately, in the current version of the game that I'm playing right now, when they added the Republic, they changed some of the way that the traits work. And it used to be that when you have combat like this, you would see that the martial ability of your character would increase the amount of damage that they would do by 5% per 1 score. So my 10 martial ability would increase damage by 50%. That's gone now. And when they changed that, they also somehow messed up these things. So cavalry leader, light troop leader, and heavy infantry leader currently have no effect at all. No increase in damage, no decrease, nothing. They don't do anything. There is always something to break the rule. The only one that does do something is that cavalry leader, when you have this trait, it does open up some unique, what are these things called? Strategies that you can use. So it can be useful if you have a bunch of cavalry. But this one is awesome. This will be a flat 20% increase in damage and defense on plains and farmland, and because of our martial score, it'll actually boost it up to 30%. So now we are like a combat god. I mean, seriously. Naturally, we're going to probably die tomorrow, but now when we look at this, let's just go through it again. I know we just did, but look, we have 30% increased moral defense, minus 5% damage, but whatever. 30% increased defense, 45% increased damage, and actually I think it's damage and defense when fighting a religious enemy, plus 30% in farmlands or in plains. So if we fight in flatland or in plains, then we're just going to be a monster. We probably could have won the Holy Roman Emperor. Beat him if we had those traits then. Gosh, what a turn of events. That's amazing. I'm so excited about that. Let's siege this back. And now we can go attack him. I think that's like his only holding. Alright, so he's dead, so we get a little bit of money. No other people to kill. No, I'm still not going to marry you. You can complain all you want. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so let's look at this. This is considered a religious enemy, and we are leading the left flank. So take a look at the actual modifier. End result, because of the terrain and our enemy is a religious thing, we end up with positive 70% damage. Defense, we have plus 60% from our defense combat modifier and from the terrain modifier. Okay, so it looks like fighting a religious enemy is just going to affect damage, not defense. And then we have positive 30% moral defense. So these are some awesome, awesome modifiers. I mean, that basically increases the size of any army that we put under our command by about 2/3. Meaning 10,000 men is worth 16,000 men. Huge, 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 huge boost. Okay, and we'll go back there. And we need to do some plotting. There's no one else to plot against, really. No events to do. We still know about this dumb plot. Why aren't he needs to die too. Doesn't somebody want you dead? No? Darn it. How about Denmark? Can we destabilize Denmark? I think we tried doing it earlier, and that person died somehow. Not very much plot power. It's going to take quite a while if we rely on this plot. We already invited her. $20 gold bribe to get another person. Yeah, it's going to be really low plot power, but we still have a chance. It'll just take more time. You can surrender anytime, you know. Just, you know. Stop bothering me. Why are you bothering me? And then let's do this. So a quick little thing you can do is the shortcuts for this. You can use the arrows here, but you can also use the what button is that? It's the comma and period button on your keyboard. It's that little, you know, greater than, less than. Those two symbols can also cycle between your buildings and trade posts very, very quickly. So let's just get to... Gosh, we have a lot of trade posts. Gosh, we have a lot of trade posts. Is it just going through trade posts? It looks like we're not going back through our regular holdings. Interesting. Well, we want to look at Visby, and I'm going to continue to upgrade the holdings now. But the first one I want to do is our main holding, Afstenkirke. So let's look at that one. And we've already got the shipyard. I don't want the Boer. I don't want that one. Great Mansion would be good. But what I want is I want to start getting retinue built up. Soon we're going to want that. So we might take this one. And in the meantime, I think, though, let's go with a fortified vault so we can get some more intrigue. So we'll build that. We will take this thing and we'll build a town market. Yeah, it looks like once you get on trade posts, it doesn't cycle the right way anymore. I think that's a bug. Don't have enough money to do that one, but we do have enough money to do that one. So what that's going to do is start increasing the income we get from our actual holdings. We're getting a ton from trade, very, very little from taxes, and a little bit from our actual holding. But who just died? How'd you die? Severe stress. Yes, this is a stressful place to live in. Everyone you know dies all the time. Wrong culture, wrong culture, wrong culture. Yeah, let's let the grandson do it. Give him someone to work with. It also improves the relationship between the guardian and the mentor. Or the guardian and the child. Like, they like each other better. So that's good. What is Sweden doing? Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Oh gosh, what are you... See, these holdings take so long to siege. We don't have enough military to rush it. Alright, we can change taxes and rules and laws and stuff again. I think we've actually, at least for our current character, we've gone a little bit too far in one extreme. Notice how everyone is at a perfect relationship with us. We have a 33, with some people we have a 33 long reign bonus. Because we've been ruling them for, 30 some years. My point is that I might be able to increase taxes slightly. How much are we getting from cities? Very little. I'm not gonna raise taxes. And I really don't care about the city levy either. And feudal lords make so little income each year. Like if we look at one of our castle guys, like the let's see, where's a baron? The Baron of Visborg, right? So he holds a castle. This guy makes 6 gold a year. So if I increase that tax, we'd gain 10% of his income. Wow. You want an extra half of 1 gold per year? Yeah, me too. Yeah, let's just lower the city levy. That's fine. It just guarantees that when we succeed and we start playing our heir, that it'll be a smooth transition. Is there anyone else that will help us? Nope. Let's upgrade Visby. I do want to continue expanding trade posts as well. Except this guy hates us, so it's too expensive. Denmark is kind of neutral with us. Let's not worry about the Holy Roman Emperor anymore. Let's try to make Denmark like us while we're trying to murder him. And how does Norway feel about us? Actually, they like us. Oh, that's right, we married. Marriage ties. What? Did I marry one of them to me somehow? I don't remember. I must have. Oh yeah, I did, trying to get them to like us so that we could try to marry the granddaughter that gave birth to the not genius kid. But our little bastard did a good job. So, okay. How much would it cost to build in your area, your land? 200 gold. It's not much. 3% per year return on investment. See, we could just keep on doing that over and over and over and over again, but maybe it'd be cheaper to go here since we have this now. Well, it's definitely going to be cheaper here. 159. It's not going to be connected though. We should really go along in order. Okay, let's hope for Denmark to like us better, and then we'll do it. And I'm actually going to make this video just a little bit longer because, I don't know, it's kind of turning into more gameplay and a little bit less explanation. So I feel like the videos can be longer. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, heavy armor went up. What else can we work on? Next up looks like siege equipment. And now we're making a lot of money. At this rate, we can add about 2 or 3 trade posts per year. And the compounding effect is what you really see. Like if I continue doing this, if I did this every year for 50 years, then in 50 years we'd have so many that our income would be probably 2,000 or 3,000 a year. And then we just break. That's where I would consider the game to be broken. The succession looks secure. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Building trade posts. It's not allowed. Well, it is. It's just I'm going to take them from you. And let's see. Hopefully, I bet she's going to get pregnant again soon. Yep, she is. So. Let's see, maybe when that character is born, we'll see if we can name, we might be able to name them, but we're the what are we? 1, 2, we're the great-grandfather of this child, so we're so far removed from it that I don't know if we're actually going to be able to have enough authority to name the kid. Which is disappointing, because if we just died soon, then we could actually do it. And maybe it would be better to... I know I said I didn't want to get the Kinslayer trait, but we might really be better off murdering this guy. Our heir. So that we can designate the grandson. Because the longer we can... oh, damn it, he's Craven. How did you get that? You little pansy. The younger we can get this guy in, the better the long reign bonus will become, because he'll have more time to rule. And he's going to be a better ruler than anybody else would be. So let's say that we wanted to kill our son. How would we do that? Well, let's wait till we murder the current guy and see what our options are. Got 4 buildings going at once, plus a trade post. Yes, so found out that so someone's gay. Do we want to blackmail him or spread the rumor? He's getting old. Let's just blackmail him. I want money. I'm in an upgradey type mood right now. I want to upgrade everything. Nope. See, normally if it was your kid, there'd be a window here you could change it. So I might have to show you how to edit the files and just change the name ourselves, since I do want to name him. What are you doing? What do you want? Declining would cost us 25 prestige. You're doing a holy war? Okay, we'll accept, but we're not going to help. Finish the town market. Let's build another one. And let's look at this one. We need another 120 gold to get this one going. And you'll see pretty quickly this is going to spike up as well. We're going to get a lot of income. Because remember, every city, like the way that this math works out, is that there's a lot of multipliers that are all tacking on. Like take this building here. So right here. We're going to analyze this one and then end the video. So if I were to build this town market, it's going to increase the tax income by 3 gold. That 3 gold gets modified by the trade zone bonus. So it's going to boost it by 46%. From there, it gets modified by my stewardship bonus, which is another 56%. So when you multiply it all together, it's going to end up generating probably, I don't know, 10 to 15 gold per year, which, say, even if it's just 10 gold, that's I'm buying 10 gold a year in return for 120 gold, so that's about a 10% per year return on investment. So you can see why I'm starting to shift into this upgrade mode over building trade posts. Slightly better return on investment. And it looks like we finally won this war, so yes, do that, give us our money. Now we can... do we want to release the mercenaries? We need to get to war. It's time to... we don't have enough land. Okay, I'm going to end it here and continue to contemplate off camera whether we should actually keep these mercenaries and engage the next person, or if we should just continue upgrading and building. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you next time.